I'd like to talk about another aspect of learning to be an assistant instructor, learning to be, prepare yourself for being a head instructor one day. You may be called upon to be a demonstrator, to be a leader in that class. Maybe you're a blue belt and you're helping out with the white belt class, and I'm putting you in front to demonstrate some front stances or nice stretch kicks or caressing kicks or something. You need to, okay, two things about this real quick. You need to be able to demonstrate all their techniques that belt level is doing at a higher level than what they're learning to do it at. So if you're a blue belt doing these techniques, you need to look like a blue belt at least doing that caressing kick or doing that front stance. It shouldn't look sloppy or look like you did when you were doing it as a white belt. It should look better. That's your goal, is to keep striving to look better than your students so you can be able to show off well. Another thing is you need to know all the techniques and all the drills and all the curriculum in that belt level class that you're assisting in. So you come in to help out the white belts, you need to know what their self-defense drills are, you need to know what their target pad drills are, you need to know their form that they're practicing on. You need to know every single thing that white belt needs to cover, because you may be called up to demonstrate it for me in class. Whether it's just you demonstrating solo, or you may be called upon to be one of my partners. I may want to show off that wrist release. So I say, okay, here we're going to work on the same side grab. Let's do the wrist release real quick. And if we do that, I need you to be able to go along with it. If we take it to another level and we do the wrist release and I'm throwing a kick at your shin or I'm throwing a counterattack up here to your head, I need you, here's another thing, when you're learning to be somebody's partner, right, in a class, somebody's assistant, I need you to learn how to be serious about it, not comical. And that's one mistake I made when I was coming up. If you watch me teach class, you know that I like to have a lighthearted feeling to things. I like to keep it kind of fun and smiling and all that. But as an assistant, I was bad about that too. The instructor would try to throw a kick at me and I'd go, oh, and I'd make a big deal about it. Well, my head instructors never really appreciated that. They pull me aside maybe after class and say, stop doing that. You're taking the focus away from the point I'm trying to make. They're all laughing at you and they're not thinking about the seriousness of kicking into the belly or something like that I want them to understand. So learn how to do it and be serious. And then the other thing is, learn how to do it if they're using you as an example. If I'm using you as an example, you got to have enough faith and trust in me as a black belt that I know my stuff and I can do it without harming you. So please try to be my partner and not flinch. I've done that with other instructors as well. Every time they threw something, and again, it's me stealing the focus away from them, showing I just want to throw a round kick up here to his head. Well, everybody else is seeing this, and this is what they're focused on, is me jerking away from it. So in my opinion, that shows a couple things of that class. Okay, I don't trust this person who's throwing that kick at me well enough, and then it gets my head thinking about other things then too. So that's something I think about. Be prepared to be called upon as a demonstrator, whether it's solo or whether it's a partner, and make sure you're practicing those things at home to prepare yourself for that. That way you're ready when you walk in the door to be able to help teach that class. You're ready to look like you belong helping teach in that class, not I'm just another student that's here to do this and that. Being an instructor is fun. Yes, I love helping teach people this art. It's beautiful and it's fun to watch people when they have that aha moment in their head. But it's not easy. It's not easy remembering all the stuff we got to learn. White belt stuff, that's one level of stuff you got to learn. Eventually you're going to have to learn all the way up through your own color belt form or all the way up through black belt forms. And a black belt has different levels of stuff that they're learning as well. So keep up with all that and be able to, at any point in time, step in one of these levels that you're learning to assist at and remember their curriculum. Remember it well enough to demonstrate it. Eventually, learn it well enough to be able to teach it. That's another thing too. We'll talk about it in another video. So demonstrating is this week's thing to focus on. Think about it. Practice at home and keep yourself up all the time. You can't afford to let yourself go slack and start forgetting stuff or just start getting lazy on certain things, on your kicks, on your stances. You got to continue to push yourself if you're expecting that of your students.